What you up to, man?
Not much, man.
Vargo's the type of dude, like, when I heard his story, I was like, I couldn't believe, like, what? Nah.
Sometimes it's easy for young people to give up when things are not just set out there for them. But he chose the other route.
You know, when I got here to North Texas and I started getting involved in basketball, what was the great thing about it is that Coach Benford, the coaching staff, everybody had no idea of my past, but they still took me in.
College struggles. Too broke to take stuff to the cleaners.
Ryan is nothing beneath Ryan. He'll do anything to contribute to the team and make sure the team's gonna be successful.
I mean, here in North Texas, I do a little bit of everything. I do scouting reports, edits, player personnel, practice plans, game charts, statistics, analysis. It's a little bit of everything. I don't really ever have considered myself to have a job title here. It's just been Vargo, come here, pretty much. So, and I'm fine with that. That's fine. Wherever I can help, that's what I'm gonna help with.
I kind of call him MacGyver in an old TV series some people may remember. He's a jack of all trades. He can do everything. He can fix anything.
Are you actually typing it for him?
You're right, once again. I just said that for you.
Make sure you get that on camera. I was right once again.
You know, usually the term on-call is used in the medical field, but as a manager or as a support staff for a basketball team, you're always on call as well.
A lot of times I may be at home and I may give him a call to Ryan, what about this game, that game?
When we're preparing for another team, coach wants to know player personnel. They don't have time to go look and see, well, this guy goes right 75% of the time, he goes left 25% of the time. So Vargo, and he loves doing it, goes and digs up all the stuff that the average person might not know or see. And
you know, just when you watch so much film, you learn the game a lot better than other people who just watch it as a fan and kind of try to get a good analysis of what their team does as a whole and what they do individually. That way I can kind of put it in a 15-minute film and show our guys before the game starts. Numbers don't lie. Our guys are smart enough to know that, and that's why they come to me, is because they know I'm going to know any stat, I'm going to know any video, I'm going to know any score off the top of my head. 42% of the time.
First time I met Ryan Vargo was when he was president of Theta Chi. We were dealing with some issues he was dealing with some issues as president in regards to the House and in regards to a couple other things where he needed some assistance. And so Ryan reached out to me and we've become lifelong friends. You don't see a lot of people deal with what Ryan's dealt with and come out where he is.
People say they've been through it, but he really been through it. Like, he really, like, grinded.
You know, it's interesting because looking back, like, it seemed up until I was around 9 years old, you know, things were great. My mom met this new guy, my stepdad, at the time, and he served a few tours overseas, and that kind of messed up with my mom's head a lot, and she got addicted to alcohol and drugs really, really bad, and it kind of started spiraling out of control. And I seen things that I would never wish on my worst enemies. Like, some days I would come home and I'd just see all of our stuff on the curb and people digging through it, because I guess we weren't paying rent. And I got to the point where I took my favorite things to school with me. It got so bad to the point where I'd have to, you know, I was taking care of my siblings. I was making sure that, you know, they were taken care of and that, you know, my sister's homework was getting done. And it feels like I didn't really have a family presence at all. It was tough. It was really tough. And things got so bad, and CPS got involved after a lot of stuff had happened, and you know, I didn't really have anywhere to go, and my family just kind of disintegrated, and everyone got sent on their way. And I was 16, and I had got sent to my grandma's house. From the age of 16, I had to start relying on myself, and you know, so that's where things kind of got better. But you know, it was still hard you know, going through all this stuff without a real place to call home.
But the people don't know that Vargo like didn't have his parents. Grew up like he was raising his sister at like the age of like 10 or something like that. Some nights he couldn't eat.
Me being a teacher for 14 years, I know how if you don't have one parent, how hard it is to make it versus if you don't have two. So to me, he's overcome a lot of odds.
I've just realized is that I'm always going to go through things in life. One day, I got back from a run and I just felt lightheaded. I was like, why am I so lightheaded? I couldn't breathe. And I called a friend and she came over and she was about to take me to the hospital. And as soon as I stood up to go to the hospital, I basically blacked out. I don't remember anything until I woke up and there was paramedics over me. They're like, what hurts? And I thought I was dreaming. And then I just remember passing out again. I woke back up in the emergency room. I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what was going on really. It said, you don't have a heart or lung condition. And I was like, then what's wrong with me? And they were like, basically the bone in your chest just grew into all of your organs and we're gonna have surgery. Yeah, we're gonna crack open your chest and put a metal bar in there. And I was like, you're gonna do what? He's like, yep, that's what we're gonna do.
He got a very special doctor to do that. A lot of people rejected him. A lot of people turned him down, said it was too risky, said there was a 70% chance he wouldn't make it. But he's like, I'm gonna, I gotta live life. I can't just, it's either now or never. Basically, they had to break all his ribs and pick them up off his organs and put a bar under there to hold his ribs up so his organs could function like they're supposed to.
He opened me up. I have a huge scar across my chest and 2 on the side where he cracked me open, moved my pectus bone, or cracked my pectus bone and kind of fully reconstructed my chest so that it was, normal and put a bar in to brace it.
I don't know, I just call it the bar.
When I woke up from my surgery, I wanted to look down and see my surgery, but I couldn't even move my arms or my chest or my neck. I was just stuck there, and it was like that for a couple days.
When you think everything's fine and well and we're gonna get over this, something else happens and his chest messes up again.
All that, it's tough. I mean, let alone one surgery, but you've had, 3 or 4, and, every time you go in, there's, you're not guaranteed to make it.
He wanted to come. He walked out of the hospital and wanted to come right to work. No, Ryan, you cannot come right to work. You got to get here. You got to rehab and you got to get healthy. And we're gonna be fine over here. We'll be fine.
That's Ryan. He is going to do what his heart says he needs to do, and his heart would say, I need to be at the basketball. I need to be with my players. I need to be with my coaches and supporting them.
With his surgeries and all the things he's been through, a lot of people, would just give up and stop fighting. But everything that comes his way, he just keeps fighting and keeps coming back and keeps working hard. It's the guy he is. It's the man Vargo is.
He's a strong dude. I feel like he'll never let nothing defeat him. Like, what I'm saying? Vargo got a smile on his face and he's been through it all.
I just tell him God's got something special in store for him, and he's going to be very, very successful in whatever he decides to choose. If he wants to be a coach, whatever profession that he decides to go in, he's going to be make a great impact. We're going to miss him after this year. He's got to move on. I may try to talk him and stand around another year, but he's had a great impact on our program.
I'm anxious to follow him and see what happens because it's a tremendous story for a young man that had to fight through some challenges, had to overcome some obstacles, but was willing to do that and tough enough mentally and physically to get the job done.
Let's get it. Whenever I was 16 and our family got split up, some things were said to me that I'll never amount to anything, and that hurt. That I thought about that for a long time. Then I realized, I'm never gonna let someone's opinion of me define who I am. And from that moment forward, when I was 16 years old, I made a promise to myself that I will be successful in whatever I do. I never, ever, and I still will never let my past define me. And that no matter what I do, I will prove everyone around me wrong, of anything that they think that I can't accomplish. You can only help yourself so much, and you really do need people to help you, you know? You need people that are there around you to help you. And this basketball program has been nothing but that for me. They still showed me like unconditional love, and I had never seen that. Coach Benford invites me over to Thanksgiving and Christmas. I'm spending Christmas with the head coach of a Division I program. Like that's, like I never thought I'd be there, but like, you know, it's a great experience knowing that you have a family. And I never had that before I came here. And I'm so happy to say that North Texas basketball is my family.